Okay, so I really wanted to talk about this the week after this happened, but college was kicking my ass. If you're like me and are a VTuber, or just, are into VTubing as a whole, then you'd know fully well that the community is varying to the utmost degree. You got your solos, corpos, and indies like me occupying the vast space that is VTubing. We even have VTubing in multiple countries and in many subsets of languages, which herein lies what is arguably the two biggest languages most often associated? Okay, not sure which word to use, but yeah, let's go with that. Associated with VTubing, English and Japanese. This becomes extremely more pertinent when you realize the big dogs of VTubing are all Japanese founded, and will later branch into having English talents. This includes, but are not limited to, 𝙎𝙬𝙚𝙚𝙨, 𝘍𝙬𝙚𝙀𝙀, and 𝘎𝙪𝙚, just to name a few. Hell, even 𝘍𝙬𝙀𝙀, an English-speaking production first, just recently announced their branch of Japanese talents. Hey, maybe this video isn't all that badly timed after all. So I think it's safe to say that these two languages are like the biggest in terms of their influence in production, and oftentimes these companies try to get their talents to cross over and collab, despite the potential language barrier the collab will hold. Now, I love these kind of streams whenever they do end up happening, but what if these talents who wanted to collab, not just in big companies, but even solo and indie VTubers, didn't really have to worry about that sort of thing, to be able to talk within their respective language, but be able to understand the assignment? Well, let's talk about Quackity. Okay, I know for the uninitiated, this might come out of left field, but just hear me out. Quackity, who you may know, is a Spanish-speaking content creator whose stardom can be traced back to him playing Minecraft. Now, if you can't already tell, for those who do watch him, I don't actually really watch this guy's content. So my knowledge on the guy only goes as far as his Minecraft stuff. From what I can glean on his Twitch though, and especially on his YouTube, he hasn't really done any Minecraft content in a while, and more or less has done a lot more fun passion projects. So you can imagine my surprise when I scrolled through Twitter one day and saw this.
This is Sushi Ramen, a creator from Japan. He speaks no English and I speak no Japanese.
It's so great to talk to you and we can understand each other too.
リアルタイムでラグが少ないからすごい話しやすい。
And honestly, I think the clip really spoke for itself. A real-time translator made specifically for cross-communicative platforms like Discord and Twitch, to which he calls the Universal Real-Time Translation Tool, which is like insane. Maybe I haven't looked hard enough, but I did not see anyone on my timeline or on my YouTube feed really talk about this sort of thing, or even make a passing mention of it at all. It's criminal. And considering the language space that VTubing occupies, it made me even more surprised that no one there really talked about it either. Potentially one of the biggest hurdles that cross-language VTubing collabs have, and now we have something to overcome it. Having said all that though, of course there's going to be a charm when two content creators who don't speak the same language try to overcome the barrier without the need of a direct translation.
Ah, I'm a guy. Thank you, whoever.
What? But it's nice to finally have the option for the creators to use. And I know I said primarily this would change the VTubing scene as a whole, and it still does apply. English-Japanese is the biggest crossover you see within the VTubing space, without a shadow of a doubt. But it also applies to just streamers in general, something of which Quackity makes explicitly clear in the video. Hell, in that same Quackity clip, we see him talking to Phantom, Ray, and Amin Matu in Dominican Spanish, Chinese, and French respectively. Out of all the products or brands that any creator has made on the online space, this is probably one of the best and most innovative products I had ever seen. This opens the door to not just VTubers who want to do collabs and with those who don't speak their language, but to just streaming as a whole. And it's awesome. It's awesome to think that we now live in an era of content creation where anyone and everyone's interactions are truly limitless. Anyone can collab with everyone. And I think that's a nice notion to end on.